we are taking your questions. If you have things that you are wondering about our current adventure or characters we are playing or even the GM process, shoot us an email at guaranteedadventures@gmail.com and we will be reading those off and answering as many as we can. Thanks so much. Welcome to Guaranteed Adventures, where the stories might change, but the adventure is guaranteed. I'm your GM, Tim, and here we have...
Nathan playing Bertram Honksleaf.
Seth playing Otis Sagraine.
Seth playing Quill Greybell.
Kyle playing Jean Auton.
Last time, you guys fought in a cobble fright encounter, where you rescued Ainsley, who is a tender, and a gallus, which is a chicken, folk. So he is a...
You're not going to say it?
No. Well, I got distracted. I was like, it's stupid. I'm not going to say it.
You got to say it.
He's a chicken tender, okay? It was, if you didn't get that last time, he's a chicken tender.
Wait, what? It's been 4 months since we recorded, and I don't remember that. It hasn't been 4 months. That's a lie.
That's a lie. It might not
It's
be
been
a
5.
It's been
5 months.
At first, you guys were a bit suspicious of him because he basically had a ton of answers to your questions and knew what was going on. But I think he might be coming into your trust now. But he does have a staff that heals the land from the burns that it has, from magical burns, from all sorts of random stuff. And now you are on your way to find the bandit camp. It's getting close to evening now, and so trying to find a place where you can bed down for the night and some place that's not completely covered in water because it's a swamp. But is someone specifically looking for that, or what about the apprentices?
I would probably figure out where we need to go.
Okay.
Being as the scout.
Having been a loner, having been wandering on my own for a while prior to joining the order, I'd probably be assisting you with that.
Great. I
Cool.
will take any help I can get.
Yeah, so Quill, go ahead and make you can make survival or, let's say, investigation with advantage.
I'm helping.
That is what the help action allows. It gives advantage on a roll.
So I rolled a 17 plus 9, so that'd be a 26.
Oh, jeez, yeah. You describe what you find. Your perfect camping area.
Well, as an Eagle Scout myself, who have ventured very far into
Lots
swamps.
of swamps in Nebraska.
Yeah, I was going to say lots of swamps in the Midwest.
Lots of swamps in the middle of Iowa. Not that that's where I'm from. I'm a mysterious person. I would say I am looking for probably, being a swamp, I'm not expecting, a lot of higher ground, but just a drier patch that we can at least have a couple separate beds. I'm not looking for the perfect place, but just a couple different places. And would you say that this bog has like gas pockets or anything like that? Or is it just swampy?
It's just swampy. It's just awful. A lot of moss, a lot of spongy grass areas.
Cool. Yeah, I would say just a little area like that. Maybe if there's a tree. I mean, I know we kind of came place from a small island, but I'd like to get away from where we just were.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just maybe just a little bit closer towards the direction that Ainsley was telling us. Not super far, so we don't get off track, but just towards that direction.
Yeah, and Ainsley just has a map where there's a couple of spots that are marked there where there's known burn marks. So that's all he was going to go. Is he's just going to try and go to those different ones, and I think you guys were following him, because assuming that one of those areas is where the hideout is.
Yeah. Just a small spot. Nothing special. We're used to roughing it.
Yeah, you find the ideal spot. It's not too comfortable, so but it's
Not ideal.
perfect. It's perfect for
Otis,
you guys.
you look extremely uncomfortable.
It's probably because I'm extremely uncomfortable.
That would make sense.
Ainsley says, "Yeah, I'm with you. This could be a little nicer, but thank you for finding this place, I guess."
Bertram just flops into the swamp and just starts doing a swamp angel or a muck angel.
Yes, a muck angel.
Gets the scent out, makes it hard to detect.
It's true. We should all do that. I immediately throw mud on Otis. Throw mud.
Throw mud on me, but just a little. This is soaked now.
I throw a big handful onto Jean, and it's like a freckle.
It just covers my stomach.
It's like a little beauty spot now.
Yeah.
I give him a little thumbs up.
Otis's eyes squint. There's a glint of light. And he scoops up piles of mud and starts chucking them at Quill.
Yes.
Mud fog!
All right, everyone roll initiative. Here we go. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
All right, so it is pretty much night now. What are you guys doing as you're kind of settling down for night? Are you setting a watch?
Bertram would volunteer to take the first watch.
I will take the last watch.
I'll sleep.
You know what, Otis? Why don't you and I stay up together?
Which watch did you take?
The last one.
The early morning watch.
Bright and early morning. We had to watch the sun rise.
Okay, I guess I can get my stuff ready at least.
Yeah. Great. You can wake everybody else up with a song. That didn't sell you on it. All right.
Or a rousing speech in the morning, like at the maple leaf.
So here's what I'm thinking. And Otis brings forward his bag of all the stuff he requisitioned. We don't know exactly where the bandit camp is, and we're probably not going to be able to make a move until we find that out. Now, Quill, you saw some footprints, didn't you?
Yes.
Do you think, I don't know, based on what you saw, how close would you guess we are to where the bandits have been recently?
Well, as the crow flies, probably 2 or 3 clicks.
How far is a click? Ainsley asks.
Well, Ainsley, good question. And then I go into a deep explanation of what a click is, and I pull from some history.
Okay, yeah, roll. Yeah, pull from history.
Do you want me to roll for history on that?
No,
Yeah.
you know that. Roll for it.
You got to call me on this? Are we going to play this game?
No. It's boring to listen to.
I would say easily within a couple hours. I mean, they want to get far enough into the bog, but we don't necessarily want to get so far away that they get lost often with all this fog.
So what I'm thinking is, we don't need to eradicate all the bandits necessarily, right? Our mission for the maple is to save the maple trees that are dying. And it seems that this machine is at the end of it. Our priority, then, is to disable the machine. Would you agree?
Yeah, and possibly the power source that they're powering that machine with.
Exactly. So we can imagine that at this camp, there's Sherwin Frostrock, and we can imagine that there's more people than we have, and that it's fortified in some way. Now, I'm thinking, Quill, you might be able to scout ahead for us and give us a little bit more information.
Yeah, I can do that.
The way I see it, those are advantages we can overcome. Being outnumbered, them having fortifications. There are a couple advantages that I think Frostrock has that we might be able to actually turn to our advantage. First is that he knows that there's 4 of us. And I look pointedly at Ainsley.
Oh, Oh, okay. Yeah, I could be a part of this. Yeah. What's up?
Wonderful.
What?
Ainsley, how are you with the crossbow?
Oh, awful.
Great.
Terrible.
Fortunately, you don't need to be good with it.
Okay, good. Yeah, broadside of a barn, that's shooting the other direction. So. Might as well be shooting blanks.
All right, we'll keep you away from the action.
How would you be shooting blanks with a crossbow? How does that work?
I think the other advantage that Frostrock has that we can flip on its head is, and I'm not certain of this, but I think he can smell us coming.
I look pointedly at the pile of mud in Bertram's hand right now.
We need more of this.
We might need more of it. Because when I was up in the trees, when we encountered him last time, I was up above, and he knew who you were before you ever stepped foot into his line of sight.
Specifically, Jean.
John just staring off into space like he usually does. He's having the little battlefield fight in his mind.
Jean, we are battle planning right now.
Oh,
We need your strategic mind.
kill everything?
Yes, Otis has some other ideas as well.
Oh.
That brings us to our biggest advantage. And I pull out Wesley's clothes.
Ah, yes.
We have Wesley's clothes, and I look quite a bit like Wesley.
Oh, I thought you were going to suggest I dressed as Wesley.
I was going to volunteer.
I guess I could do it if
I don't think I don't think those will fit me.
As much as I would love to see that, we're going for realism here. So my thought is we divide into 2 teams. Bertram, Jean, You'll be in charge of luring Sherwin Frostrock out of whatever kind of fort they've got and keeping him busy. Deal with him however you want. If he ends up dead, all the better. That's one less problem to solve. And then Quill and I will be in charge of infiltrating. I figure we need to pull Frostrock out so that he doesn't smell us coming. He's probably the biggest risk of catching us if we infiltrate it. So you pull him, you step into plain sight, lure him out however you can, whatever you got to do.
Vengeance.
Vengeance. Oui.
And
Vengeance?
Vengeance.
Can't spell vengeance without Sean.
And this is where we can use everything in this bag. And I'll pull out some incense. Incense can help mask our scent. It'll just make it obvious that there's somebody there. We can also use mud, but I think incense has the advantage of we can burn some in the woods to make him believe there are 2 more people in the woods. And that's where the crossbows come in. And I'll pull a crossbow out and set it up. We can set the bow up like this, pull the string back, and tie a string on it. And I'm doing all this as I say it. Tie a string to the firing string, attach it to a tree. We set up a candle at a 45-degree angle underneath the string so that as it burns down, it burns the string, releasing the crossbow. So we can have these pre-timed crossbow bolts just to make it look like there's somebody there. And Ainsley, you can be around to just make sure they go off. You don't ever have to be in plain sight.
Oh, yeah. I can light candles.
Quill is looking at Otis with a newfound sense of respect and awe of, this is my dream team right now. Yes, let's go.
Bertram's like eyes just got like his pupils just like hugely dilated when you said like killing Ainsley, and he was like, "Oh."
I mean, killing Sherwin.
Sherwin. Not Ainsley.
Ainsley immediately looks at you with newfound fear.
About killing Sherwin.
Ainsley just takes a step behind John.
So basically, that's phase 1 of the plan.
Pat him on that.
There's multiple phases.
Well,
Quill literally starts drooling.
you pull him out with the performance of a lifetime, whatever you've got to do to get him out of there, make him believe that all 4 of us are there. All right? That'll leave an opening for me to walk right in the front door as Wesley, carrying this. And I pull out my little toy and I smash it. And I just grab some gears and screws and springs. Unless it does something when I smash it.
No.
I just grab some of the pieces. I come in as Wesley, say I found this at the site where I got left behind, and that I need to get it back to the machine ASAP to see if there's anything wrong with it. They likely won't let me anywhere near the actual machine, but hopefully this will get us enough information about where it is so that Quill, you can get in there and do something about it.
Sabotage.
So that's what I'm thinking.
That's a great idea. I think that's brilliant. Now, I look at Bertram and Jean and Ainsley, but how do you expect to distract them and make them believe there's 4 of us here?
I figure if you get him mad enough, he won't think too much about it. And if we've got the crossbows firing, it'll look like there's at least somebody in the woods.
Based on my limited experience with Sherwin, and I'll look at Bertram and Jean for a little bit more experience, but he doesn't seem someone that seems more angry, more cocky. So I think if we play to his ego, because he was not at the least bit afraid of us, because he knew he could escape. So I think we need to make him think that we've overestimated him. So I think the more passion that you two deal with Sherwin, I think the more likely he will laugh in your faces.
Ainsley here. Great plan. Love it all. This is assuming that Sherwin's there, right? Like, if should there be another thing? Like, if Sherwin's not there, that we just all go in? I mean, you all go in. I won't. I'll be with the crossbows. So
That's true. He's got to be close by, because if he teleported back to there, he can only be within a day's walk of there, essentially.
It's only been about a day and a half. 2 days.
2 days? 2 days.
I
suppose if he's not there, that does make things easier.
Can anyone else here speak with insects or anything? Or is that just me because of my hedge? Literally bugs. That's the thing that I can have.
I was looking at my language like Elvish.
Since when? So, well, if I'm scouting ahead, I could always speak to some lightning bugs, fireflies, and have them try to fly out towards our direction in a certain pattern to kind of let you guys know if you see lightning bugs, that would mean that Sherwin is not there and it's safe for everybody just to come in. Otherwise, plan goes according to what Otis here has planned out.
Actually, I think if Sherwin's not there, Our easiest bet might be for me to go in as Wesley. We've got the paperwork to prove that I'm contracted, and if Sherwin's not there to smell us, there's a lot less risk.
Well, then I'd like to go as well, still as backup.
Yeah.
But then,
And Jean and Bertram can be waiting right close by for if things go south.
Okay.
That works for me.
Ainsley?
Yeah, I mean, I was planning on staying, if we find the place, planning on staying out anyway.
Is there anything more that your staff can do besides just heal burnt places?
I don't think so. I mean, that's all that we've used it for, so it might.
Could you do anything else besides just heal burn places, or are you like? Do you have any abilities yourself?
I mean, I healed you guys a little bit, so
Okay.
that's about it, though. We're kind of a peaceful order, the Tenders, so
Do you think that your staff would be able to heal our sapling?
could be.
Do you have more than one of those staffs?
No, unfortunately.
Is there another way to make one?
Probably. I mean, we got it from Hasselpon Beckett, and so I assume if you got the plans for it, I would guess that they had different ways of making them. But also, I've never heard of any of this staff created anywhere else, or even rumors of plans of it, so I don't know how they made it or where they got it from. But
It's just interesting that the technology that we're looking for is also the technology that's causing all the pain as well.
there's a lesson there
Somewhere
somewhere.
in the mud.
Don't trust technology.
Bad Tim Cook. Bad Jeffrey Bezos. Whoever those people are.
So we have a plan now?
Yes.
Okay, less talky, more sleepy.
You're
Well,
John just falls over and
Immediately goes horizontal and just crashes.
Bertram's about to fall asleep, and then it's like, oh, wait, first watch.
I don't think Otis is ready to fall asleep yet.
Are you going to stay up and do anything? Or,
Probably.
well, Quill will take since he has the last watch, he'll go to sleep as well.
Yeah, Ainsley just passes out.
Does Ainsley have any instruments with him?
Sure.
Otis does not. That's why I'm asking.
Okay. He's got like a small little lyre that he plays every once in a while. He's just kind of strapped to his back. So.
Okay. Otis takes it.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And just starts playing. The river twists and winds on its journey to the sea, rushing down the mountain in its hurry to be free. And though the river wanders through the fields and through the towns, it isn't lost, just on its way to being found. Keep your eyes on the mountainside. With those dark waters I will rise. And though my path may twist and wind, I'm coming home in the river's eyes. I wish that I could tell you everywhere that I will go. Just listen to the river as it ebbs and as it flows. If only I could promise that someday we'll meet again. Just know that someday I will reach the river's end. So keep your eyes on the mountainside. With those dark waters I will rise. And though my path may twist and wind, I'm coming home in the river's eyes. Reach the river's end, and hope that when I make it, I'll find you there again. The river always finds its home someday. I'm coming home someday. So keep your eyes on the mountainside. With those dark waters I will rise. And though my path may twist and wind, I'm coming home in the river's eyes. I'm coming home in the river's eyes. Otis is just going to quietly put the lyre back and just kind of walk a little ways away from the campfire.
Otis, that was beautiful.
Oh, thanks, Bertram. And Otis is going to look at his maple leaf badge or whatever kind of insignia he has. What does that look like?
So it is a gold outlined maple leaf that has kind of rubies and emeralds embedded into the leaf parts of it. So together it really makes this very beautiful, almost stained glass type pendant. It's pretty small, maybe size of a $50 or something.
I want to write something on the back of it.
What are you writing?
I don't want to say it right now, but I can show you.
Okay.
If you want me to. Yeah, I'll write, carve it in there.
Okay.
And I'll put it back on. And then go to sleep.
All right. People on watch. Bertram, go ahead and roll a perception check, please.
Perception. That is an 11.
11.
What do my goose eyes perceive?
Your goose eyes see some beautiful fireflies.
It's the code.
They kind of start to mesmerize you a little bit, and you think for a moment you see a bright one, and you're like, wait, what was that? But it was just a firefly. So that's what happens on your watch. Jean.
I rolled an 18, so it's a 17.
Perfect. Yeah, you wake up, and it's pretty close to the middle of the night when your watch is going, and kind of off into the distance a little bit, you see this bright purple flash. Similar to when Sherwin activated that teleportation.
Oh, no, also remember when I was looking out into the swamp?
Yes.
I saw a flash.
Yep, same thing.
Can I mark where I saw it?
Yeah, yep, you kind of see that. And so it's the same, and it's, if you triangulate your positionings, it's the same spot that you saw. I don't know if Jean's smart enough to do that.
No.
Okay.
He's going to tell Quill when he wakes him up.
Perfect. All right, Jean, that's what happens. Quill. Quill and Otis, I guess.
No, I'm going to let Otis sleep.
Oh, okay. Love it.
He heard the song, too.
I did, and it was beautiful. But I did not want to... While he was playing that, all I could think about was Starlight and the two girls back home. So I will use my ranger senses and never really focus in one direction and let my peripheral vision let me see things.
Nice.
12.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little light, and so it's kind of getting hard to see. There's a thick fog that's rolled in, but you do not see a flash.
But I will wake everybody else up towards once the sunlight is up. I'll make sure everybody gets some rations, but then ask John to kind of describe what we saw or what he saw last night, as well as point in that direction and say, I think this is our best bet. And I think the best bet would be for me to scout ahead and let you guys know. I say, come this direction. If I need to change directions, I'll come back to you guys first or wait for you. And we'll adjust course.
Ainsley pulls out his little map and is like, that's where I need to go anyway. There's a big burn spot that people have reported over there. So
I'm hearing we have time for breakfast.
Yeah, I gave you your rations.
Yeah, but breakfast.
Yeah, I hold up the dry rations. Breakfast.
Great. And I sadly take them and start eating.
You guys start trekking through the swamp.
You can't fly correctly. You can just
I can glide.
So if you're up from a height, you can go down.
Mechanically, I mean, we've made it so I could before, but...
Sweet. I think, I can probably walk quickest on my own.
Okay,
I believe.
so you're kind of going ahead a little ways.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, make a stealth check.
That's a 28.
Nice. For stealth or perception?
Stealth.
Nice. As you guys are following kind of behind Quill, you pretty much immediately lose his footprints, and they're just gone. And so you can assume that he's in front of you, but you're not really 100% sure. But it is pretty foggy, and so it's kind of hard to see what's around you. You get to a point where there's some water in front of you, and you think you can make it to the other side by just, it's pretty shallow water. You step off the bank that you're on into the water, and all of the fog from around you immediately just vanishes. And you can see, if you look behind you, there's a thick wall of fog, but in front of you, it's completely clear. And you see an island in the middle of this kind of moat surrounded by water. And there's different wood-constructed buildings on stilts there. There's a couple of watchtowers that are erected up with the kind of big lights and torches on top. And right in the center of all of it is this big pad that's constructed that has runes kind of carved around it and looks like little glowing things that are surrounding it as well. So what do you do?
Immediately step back into the fog.
Okay. Yeah, you take a step back and immediately it fogs over again.
Based on how large it was, could I go make my way to the left?
Yep.
Kind of following the edge, the barrier, to see what's on another side. So hopefully I can see some sort of, whether it be small forest, tree, anything that maybe we could set up that crossbow.
Yeah. You keep walking around a little bit, and there is a couple of spotted groves kind of here and there, a couple of trees. They're not big, tall trees, but more like shrubs.
Sure. So based on that spot, I'm going to try again to get up closer to see another angle and see if I can see any activity going on in the hideout.
You do see some movement around. Animals of all kinds are kind of mingling around there. You see there the pad in the middle. There's about 4 or 5 animals that kind of hop onto the pad. And there's a bright yellow flash, and then they're gone. And so you don't really hear anything else, but you do see a pulse of energy coming from big, thick cables that are shooting out into the swamp.
And so they disappeared?
They're gone, yeah.
I'd like to stealthily, if possible, get 50 feet further into the moat and then look behind me. I want to see how much is obscured, and I'll let you know why in a second based on that.
Yeah, you're able to kind of swim your way up very quietly, and looking back, dense wall of fog.
Okay, so based on what I did yesterday, I'm going to go back across into the fog, but then make my way to the direction that I originally came from, and then shoot one of my bolts with some fire as a signal, like this is the direction, just like I did last night.
Nice.
And then I'd like to hope that they saw it, and then I want to cross the moat, and I just want to hide out. And since I have a burrowing speed, I can dig out. So I think I'd like to just build a little bit of hideout and just watch 30 to 45 minutes, just see what's happening, and then observe, and then I can walk back.
Yeah, you think you've got probably an hour and a half before they get to where you shot the flare.
Okay.
As you're watching, maybe about 20 people that are kind of around this hideout, going in and out of buildings. A lot of them don't look the fighter type. They, have either scholarly robes on or are more tinkering with different things. There's a couple of guys that are mainly in the watchtowers that have some crossbows, and probably about 45 minutes into your watch there, Sherwin and the Mawpock get onto the pad in the center. And you see there's another Mawpock that joins them, another raccoon. And then coming swinging in from some ropes that are hanging around is this black-furred female squirrel who flies in and just kind of lands and does a little tail flip. And Sherwin just looks and the show off. And so they give the thumbs up to some guy off to the side, and he goes into this little hut, and a purple light starts to surround the pad, and then a bright flash, and you can see this time it was from a different direction. This increase of power comes into the hideout, and they vanish.
Well, that answers one question. So that's been about 45 minutes, you say?
Yeah.
Roughly? Okay,
Yeah.
And so I should expect the rest of the crew to come up in about 15 to 30 minutes. I'll just wait another 15 minutes and then probably head back towards the direction that I came from originally.
Yeah.
And then wait for the group.
Awesome. Yep, you get out there, and you were able to hear them for sure before you see them.
Oh, I'm rolling stealth.
Oh, you guys want to? Okay, let's roll stealth.
8.
12.
16.
Ainsley got a 3. So I think Ainsley and Jean are just kind of chatting and talking about, because Ainsley's a very dedicated Order of the Maple Leaf person too. Quill definitely hears them before he sees them.
You're technically supposed to let them live, but sometimes you can
It's kind of a little gray area there that you can.
Oh, gray area.
Okay.
I'll pop up. No, not a lot of gray area. Typically, you let them live unless they deserve not to. And that's even a gray area. And what does deserving to die mean?
So the preservation of life is.
I hate to be the person who kills people for a living to be the one who's teaching everybody else on whether or not you should kill somebody.
Yeah, as I say, you're a shade, so you're like the best at it. So.
That doesn't mean I enjoy it.
Oh.
I take offense to that. I'm pretty good at killing as well.
I've seen it firsthand.
Bertram and John both have a higher kill count. I'm more like a surgical device.
Removing the tumors.
Yeah, cancer, I guess, lives in this world as well.
It's an expression.
Rabies.
Removing the rabies.
All right, so unfortunately, Sherwin is also gone. I saw him leave about 30 minutes ago. It's possible that he might be coming back. I have yet to see anybody arrive on the teleportation pad, just more people leaving. There's some sort of device in different areas, different huts, that send power to that teleportation pad. So I think that's the key to figure out maybe where they're going. But it doesn't seem like there's too many people. So I think stealth might be the best option first, but possibly getting the rest of the group in a place of strategic entry point would be better for us in case we need backup.
So we sneak in, we take care of the people who are there, the immediate threats, and then we wait. And we all clobber him when we get Sherwin as soon as he gets back.
We are in a time crunch. We can't wait too long because we don't know if he's coming back here or if he's going somewhere else.
So you're saying that there's a lot bigger device than what Frostrock had with him?
Yeah, the Mopok held onto the device that we're familiar with, but there's but whatever power they're using as of right now, at least in a close vicinity, does not seem to be as destructive. Now, I don't know where that power is coming from, so it could be just as destructive, but we're just not seeing it.
That could be one of the stones.
And that could be incredibly useful for us as well, at least to get that away from them.
Yeah. That sounds like what we need to do. In, like, the newspaper clippings and stuff, were there any pictures of Hasselpaw and Beckett? I know you told us what animals they were.
Yeah.
But were there actual, like, photographs or paintings?
Yeah, there's a couple of more caricatures, and Beckett was a red-furred squirrel, and Hasselpaw is a Mopok, it's a raccoon.
I think Wesley is still our best bet in. That's my most convincing disguise. But, and I'll pull out the picture of Beckett, this might get us more information.
You think impersonating Beckett might be your best bet?
If we can pull it off. I think it's less likely to be successful,
but
has a bigger payoff.
Definitely possible.
Did you see him there?
No. Nor Wesley, but obviously, because we know where he is.
We know where Wesley is. I suppose Beckett wouldn't be out front and center anyway if he were there. So I should probably go in as Wesley first, at least.
Let's let you infiltrate, and I'll take the other 3, and I'll find a best place for them to infiltrate, and we'll see where we go from there.
All right.
Yeah, going around, when you were kind of scouting the area, Quill, you were able to find there's a pretty shallow spot around the moat that they can run across and run into.
Okay.
But it's right by where the 2 watchtowers are.
Okay. Are there people up in those watchtowers?
1 in each. One is a little pigeon, and then the other one is a little hedgehog.
So I'll guide them over there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will start climbing one of the watchtowers.
Okay.
In preparation for if things get nasty, and then let Bertram and Jean handle the land attack.
Nice. So yeah, you get your disguise going.
Yeah, I'll disguise myself as Wesley.
Sweet. Go ahead and make a check, and then Quill, go ahead and give me a stealth check for climbing up that.
Oh, that's a terrible roll.
Oh.
I still got a 13, though.
Okay.
24.
24. Yes. Oh, you guys are the best.
Stealth?
If you want to.
Please no. I would help you with that. I would have.
No.
You followed me.
Yeah. You wouldn't necessarily have to roll stealth.
But it's fun. Yeah, I have disadvantage.
I have disadvantage.
And I get -1.
All right. You guys are in position. You're ready to make the land attack if needed. And Ainsley's just going to hang out. He's actually going to go kind of circle around and see if he can't find one of his burn spots.
Oh, I want to cover my scent, too, before I go in.
Nice.
I'll just stroll right out, right towards the front door.
You're walking in there, and immediately, like, one of the guys clocks you, and the pigeon looks over, and he says, "Oi, is that Wesley down there?"
Of course it's Wesley. Who'd you think I was?
Why did you come back with Sherwin?
They left without me. I was chasing some squirrel up in the trees, and they poofed on out of there before I could get back.
Oh, well, that is Sherwin.
Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find this place in this fog? It took me 2 days.
Well, that explains why you're so late.
Anyway, where's Frostrock? I need to talk to him.
Oh, you just missed him.
Well, what about the machine he's got? I found some parts.
Oh, they took that with them.
Well,
They tested it and everything, and it was good.
Well, is Beckett around?
Make a deception check at disadvantage.
Okay. 21. Rolled a 12 with disadvantage.
Okay. He says, Beckett, who you talking about?
Oh, that's what one of the guys told me set this place up.
Well, yeah, but he's been dead for years. Or a year, I guess. Man, you must have been out. Come on in, we'll get you some ale.
Thanks.
And he kind of glides down a little bit ahead of you and talks to one of the other guards, and then says, "Oh yeah, Wesley, let's go." And the other guard kind of goes up and takes his spot, and he leads you to the kind of cafeteria mess hall area, and they pour you some ale. And is like, so tell me again, where was Sherwin going?
Yeah, we went up to Saltaire's port to get that device. Swung by Marshview, ran into some old enemies of his. I'd never seen him before. But had a little scuffle there. Most of the men died. Some group from the Order of the Maple had it out for Sherwin specifically.
He's always going on about this moose that's got a vendetta against him.
Yeah, that was it. Moose Night.
Yeah, he's I wouldn't worry about him. I think Sherwin could take him.
Well, he's not around, is he?
Sherwin? No.
I wouldn't say this if he was around, but I tell you, he and that big boy, they got out of there pretty quick when things weren't looking their way.
Oh, yeah, they've got that device. That's the only one of those we've got.
Yeah, man, that's going to be a big game changer for us.
Yeah.
What do you suppose, what are they hoping to do ultimately? We're poofing all over the place. We're getting the stuff.
They don't tell
me
that,
What are they working
man.
for?
They don't tell me. I'm up the guard post all the time.
I know. I figure you probably overhear things.
Well, I do that, but not anything I understand. These guys are talking all sorts of gibberish about magic and shards and changing the world and bringing him back and blah, 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 blah. And so it's just, I don't know.
Shoot, shards, that reminds me. And I'll pull out the, gear and screw that I've got. Who should I give this to? Who's in charge around here right now?
Oh, just right now. Oh, that'd be Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Yeah, just give it to her. And I got to get back up to the post though, so you're good, right?
Yeah. What building's she in right now?
She might be in the offices.
Okay. Thanks, mate.
Yep. The pigeon kind of goes back up to his post. So he calls over. He's like, "Oi, Edison, that Wesley really came back, eh?" Yeah. Asking about Beckett? Oh. Probably shouldn't go out anymore, huh? Yeah, we'll keep him in. As you're going to the offices, nothing's labeled in this camp.
Sure.
So make a perception check.
3.
Perfect. So you go around, climb up, the one that, this could be an office. And you look in there, and it's just a storeroom. And there's a bunch of, boxes and different things in there. What are you doing there?
Is there anyone, looking at me right now? Is there anybody within eyesight?
Not once you go into the room.
Is there anybody that would see me go into the room?
Yeah, the watchtowers can see everything in the camp.
I open the door, so I'll step into the room.
Yeah.
And I'll just look for something easy and normal to grab. If there's a piece of bread or jerky or... so I'll take a quick glance of the room and see what stands out to me.
Yeah, there's some, dried food ration things, much like you had for breakfast. The same little,
delicious.
same little thing. So, yeah, there's some of those, on a small table.
Is there anything else of note in the room? Since I'm in there, I'll take a brief scan.
Yeah, there's some maps that are around. There's, a box that's marked chalk. There's some packs and like med supplies and like baskets of archaeological equipment, so like shovels, pickaxes, little brushes and things like that.
I want to look at the map. I want to do this all very quickly, so I'm going to try it. If I'm over detailing,
Okay.
Basically, I want to look at the map and see if I can tell what it's like. Just look at the map and see what is this a map of.
Yeah, there's 3 maps. There's one that you recognize immediately of the Maplewood as a whole, just like the whole area. And then how much time would Otis have spent in the Maple Heart?
No, I mean, I probably would have visited fairly regularly.
Okay.
But never really lived there.
Probably mostly for like circus shows and stuff like that. There is a you can recognize this one too, a very detailed map of the Maple Heart, but more specifically of the Great Maple itself. So like the big tree, which you have never been in. So you recognize kind of the surrounding stuff, but a very detailed thing of that. And then another map that you don't recognize.
I grab all 3 and put them in my bag.
Okay. Sweet.
And I also grab some jerky and walk out chewing the jerky.
Yeah. You go back and open the door, and right down in front of the door is the pigeon, and he has glided down from his perch, and he's like, "Wesley,
Yeah.
Get lost?
No, got hungry.
Hungry, huh?
I've been on the road for 2 days.
Yeah.
Can I?
Let me show you to where the offices are.
Sure, I'd be glad of the company.
Just make sure that Jasmine's in there.
All right.
Can I climb over since I'm on where the hedge is?
Yeah.
And I'd like to try to knock him out.
Yeah. You've got advantage on him because he does not know you're there.
Were there just the 2 guard towers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look back at Jean and give him some sort of hand signal to watch out from above.
Yeah.
To catch the body. If I'm successful.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. When I'm successful. 21. 25. 25.
Yeah.
How many attacks are you rolling?
23. I get 4.
Yeah, all of those just absolutely hit.
So the first one, I'm just trying to... I've changed my mind. I'm not going to knock him out. I'm just going to take him out.
Just going to take him out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So full lethal damage.
But not killing people, kill somebody.
Let's not kill people. Immediately kill someone.
Immediately kill someone.
24 plus 12. So 36 damage.
Yeah, you absolutely just wreck him. He had 20 HP. So not a very beefy guy.
Sort of just tip him over. If he's wearing a cloak, I'll quickly just put that on and just kind of stand there, watch, and drop the body down to Jean and Bertram.
Yeah. So you drop the body off, and Jean, do you run and catch it?
I just kind of stand there with my hand up.
Nice. You guys have done this many times. You are the best, and it just and right into your hand, and then there is a hedgehog in your hand. Otis, this pigeon is kind of leading you on and just kind of making some small talk.
As we walk, I want to quietly cast a jump on myself.
Oh, nice. Sounds good. Make an insight check.
8.
Okay. He seems pretty normal. Like, he's not trying to do anything, different. He goes into this, up the stairs into this other small hut, and as soon as he walks in, he kind of walks through a little bit and just reaches up and, like, snaps off to the side, and 2 guys from either side of the door grab onto you from both sides. The pigeon guy turns around and is like, "You better convince me that you're Wesley, or else you're not making it out of here, mate."
Look, you fools. This is a waste of everybody's time. Samira and I are the best acrobats here. Just let me show you a move. I'll convince you I'm Wesley.
Okay. Show us a move.
I'm gonna...
Show us your signature move.
Okay. Would I know Wesley's signature move?
Would you? You might. Yeah, make a history check. What is it?
Come on.
That's a 20.
Oh, wow. Yes.
For a total of 21.
Wow.
It's a nat 20.
Yes, you
dice.
absolutely know
Tell a story.
Wesley's signature move, and
his signature move, it's like a triple handspring into like a whirling flip.
Nice.
He is the lame acrobat of the bunch.
Sweet. Yeah.
It's just a plain somersault. It's not over the top. It's somersault.
Yeah, make a performance roll.
Performance or acrobatics?
Athletics. Or acrobatics, yeah.
23.
Nice. Yeah, it is. You kind of walk outside a little bit, and these three guys, and Quill, you're able to see this from up top. These three guys kind of follow him out, and Otis does this amazing, like beautifully executed, just acrobatics routine, and the pigeon starts clapping. He's like, "Wow, Wesley, I've never seen you do it that well before.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. You asked about Beckett, and it got us all kind of scared."
Oh,
That
sorry about
you're
that.
somebody else.
No, it must have been a rumor one of those guys was talking about when we were out on the road.
Well, it's good you're not any more dangerous than Wesley, because I mean, and he points at the other two guys. He's like, "These guys are cooks." Like,
I know.
yeah.
I don't want to hurt anybody, but you're going to have to buy me dinner later.
Oh, fine. It'll be rations, but that's all we've got around here.
It is what it is.
I'll give you my ale, though. All right. Well, yeah. Offices right over there.
Yeah, thanks. I'll head straight towards the offices.
Okay.
If you gestured towards them, I'll walk right towards them.
Yeah. Yeah, so you make your way to the offices, and you kind of open the door, and it's a big main room, and then there are two offices kind of off to the side, and kind of off to one of the rooms there is a large, like a female moose. And so Jasmine Cedarhoof is on the outside of her door, and she hears the door open and pops in and is like, "Wesley, didn't think we'd see you after Sherwin left you."
Yeah, well, I had to make my own way back. It's a lot harder hoofing it back through the swamp.
Yeah. Hoofing. I gotcha. Funny.
I put that there for
Funny.
you, Jasmine.
Yeah. Okay. We really thought you'd bolt, but
What?
welcome back.
No, I got a contract. I hold up my end of the bargain, and I'll pull out the contract.
Well, that is surprising, but
Besides, I haven't got all my money yet.
that's not surprising. All right. Well, get back to work then.
Oh, I was told to show you this, and I'll hold out a few gears and screws. I went back to the site where they poofed away, and I found these behind. I thought it might be important.
She grabs them and looks and is like, "These look like parts of a trinket."
Oh, my apologies.
Huh.
Sorry to waste your time.
Yeah, it's not from the machine, but I guess
Well,
thanks.
that's good.
You can go back to whatever you were doing. I guess Sherwin should be back in a couple of days.
Couple of days.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll probably want to check in with him then when he gets back. But all right. Well,
I
thanks.
don't know if he might not want to check in with you though. So I can send you on something else.
That might be a good fit for me. Yes. What you got?
And that's where we're going to end this week's episode. Thanks for listening. I'm your GM, Tim, and going around, we've got
Nathan playing Bertram Honksleaf.
Seth playing Otis Sagraine, playing Wesley Greywinter.
I'm the other Seth who plays Quill Greybell.
I'm Kyle, who plays Jean Autant.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Guaranteed Adventures is brought to you by Tim Gallegos as our GM, Nathan Kuipers, Seth Guthrie, Kyle Bateman, and myself, Seth Kleinwort. Rob Benson created our theme song, and our Maplewood theme is Wonderland by Roman Senni K Music. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at GU AdventurePod. That's honestly the best way for you to engage and hear any updates from us as our future projects and what's coming up. If you feel up for it, please rate us on your podcast platform of choice. That and sharing with your friends and family really help us get the word out. We really appreciate anyone who leaves us a 5-star rating and engages us on social media. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this episode. Here's a preview of our episode coming out next week.
Bertram walks up to Quill. Can you take over the training here, actually?
Yes.
John, can I have a word with you?
Okay.
And so just was going to kind of take Jean somewhat more away from the crowd. So, Jean, we found out something about Otis. He has a brother, but keep it secret.
Why did I leave you alone?
Is that important?